Hello, we are live. Welcome to day 8 of the 30 days of a content challenge. I'm going to give it a minute, see who joins us. Of course, I have both Instagram and Facebook up. Hey, Jessica, the lifestylist, creative. I think that's Brittany. Hey, y'all. So it said my internet connection was low. Hopefully that was just in passing. But we are back for day number 8 of the 30 days of content challenge. And I didn't really have a topic today. I'm just going to come up here and chit chat. Hey, Brittany. So in my post, what did I talk about? I talked about like how much I really am. I'm actually enjoying the challenge. I love a good challenge. Like I think that's one of my I think it's one of my stronger qualities is that I can take a challenge head on. And so I'm really enjoying this. I think I'm really stepping into the challenge of creating content versus stepping into my existing relationship or feelings around creating content. So if you don't like creating content, I would encourage you to challenge yourself because this has really just helped me to step into something. So in my post, I said, it is forcing me to step into the content creator role that I have resisted for so long. It's so crazy. I'm going to share a picture with you guys, and it's actually, I have the same shirt on. And it's so funny because my friend Jody Brim took the photo that I'm going to share with you. And, we had many conversations back in the day, like long time ago, about how much we just hated Instagram and social media and like all the pressure that comes along with it. And it really has been a realization that Instagram only sucks if you make it suck, right? Posting content and creating content only sucks if you decide that that's your relationship with it. So I've really enjoyed just kind of stepping into this role of content creator because I am. If you guys could see like how much video content I actually have, I have hundreds and hundreds of videos because I've been teaching weekly. Just this year, I have been teaching twice a week. Every single week. So 52 weeks times 2 times a week. And sometimes it's more because my DTP students, we have between 2 and 4 live calls a week. So that's so much content. And I love doing that. So it's like I have to just change the way that I am thinking about content. So if you're struggling with content or really with anything, this applies with anything in life, changing the relationship that you have, like what is the meaning that you've associated with whatever you're struggling with, because nothing has meaning until you give it a meaning. So this challenge is really forcing me to, one, step into that role of content creator that I have been resisting. And then it's also forcing me to like look at where's this resistance coming from? Like, why have I been so resistant to showing up and creating content? All because it there's a label that it's content. But when I show up for my students and I'm coaching, like, that's so easy and I love to do it, but it's all about the relationship. And ultimately, it's about the stories that I'm telling myself and that I'm believing to be true. So this challenge in and of itself has forced me to let go of old stories that are no longer serving me. And the beautiful thing is that you have a choice to hold on to what you believe. Your beliefs are yours, and you can choose to continue to believe them. You can choose to continue the stories that you're telling yourself, or you could choose to tell yourself another story, like create another alternate, like really reality. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but that's what I've had to do. And what I want to show, so I had another question up here. So I said, this challenge is forcing me to step into who I know I am meant to become. And so I'm going to share a picture with you because I did something really scary. So it was a photo shoot. Let me find it. Hold on. Let me see if I can remember how to do this. Okay, hold on. Sorry, so I am, like, this is on Facebook as well, but unfortunately, I can't share. Okay, maybe I can turn it around. Hold on. Okay, so I'm going to try to... No, that's too complicated. If you're on Facebook watching, just come watch it on Instagram. Watch the replay on Instagram so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so... Note, you guys, I'm tapping in. So, okay, the last question that I put, hold on this post was, so our growth is as simple as taking one action every day, an action that we know will lead us to our dreams, our desires, and our goals. And so I ended it with, what have you done lately that your future self will thank you for? And so I pulled this photo up, and I have my shirt on, and I have my red lip on, because this photo right here is a whole photo shoot. And maybe that's what I'll do one day, is like go through the whole gallery. This photo shoot was from 2017, okay? So I don't think this is the same shirt. I had some shirts made and I sold a couple of them last year. But I had to, like, remember this picture and this version of Amber, because the Amber here, like, let me tell you a little story. So this was in 2017. This is when I transitioned from wedding stationery to branding. And from April to, I want to say April, May, June, July. I want to say this picture was taken in like June or July. It might have even been August. But the point is, from the time I launched my branding business to the time this photo was taken, which was about 3 months, I realized that I was not stepping into who I needed to be in order to achieve what I wanted to achieve. Okay? So, I think I told you guys this conversation, or I shared the conversation I had with my husband. One day, I was just sitting on the couch with him, and I was like, I want to be badass. Like, that's who I want. I want to show up as this badass in my business who is not scared to be authentically her, and who is not scared to, speak her mind and let her clients know, hey, that's not going to work. Let's do something else. Like, just to be seen in a higher, more like just an elevated way. So I had this idea. I wanted to create this badass brand, this badass version of myself. I really wanted to step into her. And so after a lot of conversation, a lot of, are you sure that's a good idea, Amber? I knew, I trusted myself, and we all have this. We all have an intuition. It's just a matter of, do you listen to it? And I did. I was like, no, all of my life, I've been doing what other people want me to do. I've been showing up how other people want me to show up. I'm about to cry. And this picture right here is the first time that I stepped into who I was meant to be. And so today, I'm wearing my shirt and my red lip to remind me of who I am meant to step into. This is hard. Like, one of the things, like, I'm working on within myself is communicating. And I have a really hard time sharing how I feel without being so overcome with emotion. So just even being up here right now and crying and still being able to talk, this is a big win for me. But I wanted to share this because so often we're scared to step in to who we're meant to be. And if we actually get the courage to do that, to step into it, it's so easy to get pulled back into like the old way of doing things and the old version of ourselves. And we can lose sight on one, just how far we've come and really where we're trying to go. And it's so easy to fall back into old habits and to fall back into just the patterns and, all the things that keep us stuck, really. And so the whole point of this is, what have you done today? What are you doing every day to embody that version of yourself that you know you have to be to achieve the things that you want to achieve. We already know that. It's so wild because we know what we need to do, whether it's in our personal life, whether it's in our business. We know, hey Esther, we know what we need to do. It's just a matter of the choices. And that's what I talked about yesterday. What choice are you going to make, and from what perspective are you going to make those decisions? And are you going to use your past experience? Y'all, my glasses are too big, so I have to pin them up in the back right here. But we have, I'm going to stop sharing. We have decisions to make, and we have different versions of ourselves that are already there. And it's just a matter of, are you tapping into the version of yourself that you want to become? And it can be hard, and it's so easy to fall back into our old ways and our old habits. But it really is getting clear on where you're trying to go that will ultimately help you to show up how you need to. Because if you're not sure what you're trying to do, what you're trying to create, where you're trying to go, how on earth can you ever do the things or show up as, or just the level of person that can do and accomplish those things? We limit ourselves, and literally we are the only ones holding ourselves back from accomplishing any and everything that our heart desires. So that, in a nutshell, like, that's what this challenge is. Yeah, it's about, showing up. It's about creating content, but it's so much more than that. It's about me forcing myself to do the things I know I need to do. The things that I enjoy doing this, but I have to really reframe the relationship that I have with content and the relationship that I have with social media, and, all the thoughts and the feelings when you go to post something. Are we going to be worried about, what other people are thinking? Or are we just going to do what we know is meant for us? And that should be enough. Who cares if no one likes it? Who cares if no one it doesn't matter. The fact that you kept a commitment to yourself. That's really what this is. It's about your commitment to yourself, because if you cannot maintain the commitment to yourself, then ultimately you won't be able to keep a commitment to anyone else or your business. And those are the things, like, it's that commitment and that level of commitment to yourself and to your clients and to your service and to your experience that is going to allow you to grow and really step into that person you are ultimately meant to be. Brittany says, wow, that's what I learned with prep school, stepping into the new version of me. Yeah, so all of my prep schoolers here, so I have two levels to my program. So I help designers grow their business, build their business, scale their business, and ultimately create a life that they are absolutely in love with because they have a business that supports that. So everyone's, successful business is different. It is specific to them. And that's why we have to start there. So no matter what program you're in with me, whether it's prep school or whether it's Design to Profit, we start with the vision. We start with where you're trying to go, and we also start with the mindset, because someone can give you the roadmap, the recipe, the blueprint, the step-by-step instruction, but if you don't believe in yourself, if you haven't done the inner work, the mindset work that is required for you to believe that you can achieve the thing that the blueprint or the roadmap is going to lead you to, without that self-belief, it will never happen. It will never happen. And that is why in every program that I have, we start with vision and we start with mindset, and we start with helping you get that confidence in your own self and helping you rewire the stories that they're not serving you. They're keeping you stuck. And this live here, there's so many lessons here, but yet another one is that I live by what I teach. I don't share with my students anything that I haven't already done, anything that I haven't already tested out or am walking in, my own day-to-day life. So it's really a leading by example. Let's see, Lorena, yes, and you're helping me do the same. Show up how I want to show up versus how others think I should. Yes. And that is so empowering to me. And again, like just how I grew up, I was the people pleaser. I would be whoever you needed to be. You needed me to be. What I wanted and who I was, it didn't matter. And over the years, I lost my voice. And that is yet another reason why this 30-day challenge is so important, because it's allowing me to use my voice that was buried for so long, that was non-existent for so long. Like, my voice matters. What I have to say matters. It might not matter to everyone, and that's okay, but it matters to someone, and it matters to the right people. And when we can keep the right things in mind and focus, like, I'm gonna focus on showing up for the people who need me, rather than I don't want to show up because no one cares, no one's gonna show up, like the whole approach, it has to change. Again, like, so the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Literally no different. Let's see, Brittany, yes, Esther, because I wanted to go back to that old mindset and had to halt yourself. Yeah. It's so easy. Oh, thank you, Esther. This is why I love you. I'm the same way. You inspire me. This is why. And Jessica says I'm the same. I'm coming to realize, like, yes, I work with designers. Yes, I have my niche, but what we do is not about design. It's not about design. It is about so much more than design. And it really is about starting with us. And again, like, that's what this challenge is about. So, like, this is a healing process for me. And, I'm healing a bad relationship with social media. Right? And once I heal this relationship with social media and content, then I'm going to approach social media differently. I am going to actually, because let's think about it. And I used this example yesterday. Like, if you're always talking negatively to yourself, you're not going to like yourself because you're mean, right? So you have to talk to yourself nicely. And it's also, it's about showing, like, just that you're not alone. And I think that's the main thing. Like, there's so many of us struggling with so many things, but we try to pretend like it's all perfect and we got it all figured out. But everyone's going through a process and a journey. And I think it's important for those of you who are looking up to others to see, like, a whole picture, because that can cloud our own expectations when we're only seeing one side of the story. And I never want anyone to think, like, I just appeared here or, like, these results that I'm getting just happened. It's not an overnight thing. It's a lifelong process, and every day I'm learning more and more about myself and how to show up. And it's really that personal connection that is ultimately going to allow me to be comfortable enough to continue to show up for you all and to continue to do the things, that scare me. And maybe it won't scare me in the future, but, it's not going to stop me. It's not going to stop me. And I just hope that this inspires you all as well to not let the hard things or the scary things stop you, but to ask yourself, like, what I'm trying to achieve, is this hard thing necessary? And if it is, okay, let's do it. And if you fail, okay, so what? It's not the end of the world. You learned a lesson out of it, and you get to pick yourself up and try it again and do it again. But if you never start, you never do the thing because you're scared, then you never know, right? So it's picking your battles, and really just making those decisions every day. That are ultimately going to lead you to where you want to go. Brittany says, so much healing. Deanna, I need to get back on track. You can never fall off track. And that's the thing. Like, you're on your own journey. You can't compare yourself to where someone else is at. And if you think you're behind, it's only because you have said, I am behind. So let's reframe that. You can always change the way that you think about something. So rather than I need to get back on track, I am right where I am supposed to be. I'm learning the lessons I'm supposed to learn so that I can dive into the content and receive what I'm supposed to receive. There's ways to reframe it. It's easier, from the outside, but there's an option for you for sure. Larima, you're so good on social, Amber. We wouldn't know the back end if you... Yeah, like, I am an introvert. Like, I used to get physically sick to my stomach when I would meet new people, when I would have to talk to people, when I have to, walk to the front of the classroom. Oh my gosh, and everyone's looking at me. The worst. So, yeah, like, just being here right now is amazing to me. Like, I never ever would have thought I would do anything like this. So I don't know if it'll never not be scary, but I'm committed to doing the things that scare me because the growth, right? What you guys are seeing is the growth, and that's what we want, but it's the hard stuff, it's the hard choices, it's the hard things, the hard conversations. That's top on my list, is hard conversations. All of those things ultimately are going to help you grow and are going to help you step into that person you are destined to be. She or they are already inside of you. Already there. It's just a matter of, are you going to move like them? Or are you going to move like the old version of yourself who has patterns and habits and thoughts that just aren't serving you? We have decisions to make. Yeah, introverts unite. And so that's another thing. Like, I had to really learn what an introvert was, because I would hear a lot, oh, I'm an introvert, so I can't sell, or I'm an introvert, so I can't show up on lives. That's an excuse, and it is a limiting belief, because if you're looking at me right now, I'm an introvert, and I can sell, and I can show up live, and I can do all the things an extrovert can do. The real difference between an introvert and an extrovert is the way that you recharge. So when I'm around people, which I can be extroverted, I can be around people, and I love to be around people, but I give everything, like, energetically. I am drained. After a coaching call, I'm drained. Any kind of interaction, I am drained. So that's how I know I'm an introvert, is I need to recharge by myself. Being around other people drains me because I give so much of myself. So I have to, in order to recharge, I have to be by myself, and I have to collect. And that is how I know I'm an introvert. An extrovert is the opposite. My husband is an extrovert. So for me, if I'm upset, I want to be alone. If he's upset, he wants to be around people. That's how you know you're an extrovert. You recharge around other people. They give you energy. Okay? So it has nothing to do with whether you can show up and be on social and run a business and sell stuff. Nothing at all. It really just has to do with how do you recharge. So again, like, we have the opportunity to reframe all of these stories that we're telling ourselves that are not serving us. Shay says, I work in retail and I'm so drained when I come home. So thinking of working on anything is a no. I have to take a break. And so we can use this. This is great information for you to have, because you can go to work and then I need to recharge before I try to do the other thing. How many times have you come home from work and then tried to jump right into your business and feel completely deflated and almost like a failure, like, I have nothing to give to this business? All because you didn't take into consideration your own like, way of dealing with things. So this insight is super helpful for setting you up for success, okay? So if you're an introvert, just make sure like you're carving out time to recharge. That's going to be super, super important. I like first thing in the morning, I like to have some quiet time so I could just get myself together. I remember like when my boys were younger, I would sleep until they woke me up, and then it's like my day started in chaos, and immediately as soon as I woke up, people need me and I have like no time for myself, so immediately I feel exhausted. So it's all about, how are you setting yourself up for success today, tomorrow, the next day, and ultimately in the future? And again, that's what this challenge is about. It's not really about Instagram. It's not really about what I'm talking about. It's the simple act of doing the thing, because I know the person who I am becoming, this is what she does. So if I do what I know she does, it's inevitable that I become her. So we have choices, and it's all in the actions. And who are we being right now? Are we being an old version of ourselves? Are we making excuses, dipping back into the old patterns? Or are we looking to that vision that we're creating for ourselves? And are we tapping into who we need to be in order to get there? And that's literally the difference between you getting there and you not. Are you doing the things you need to do? Are you becoming the person who has achieved those things? And if the answer is no, you won't achieve them. So that's why when things happen to you over and over and over again, and you're like, why does this keep happening? It's because you didn't learn the lesson you were meant to learn. There's a lesson in everything. Everything happens for you. So it's a matter of, how are you going to take it, and what are you going to do with it? And what are you going to do next? And then what are you going to do next? So every single day, just like I said yesterday, you have a choice, but I want to just make sure that your choices are in alignment with where you're going, who you're trying to become. Just that in and of itself will change your whole life. If you ask yourself that question before everything, things will start changing. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. I actually today, okay, so inside of Prep School, so Prep School is my membership. It's a month-to-month. It's $67. You get my 3-part framework that helps you to create a foundation for your brand, for your business, for your designs, for designers, for your design business. It also helps you help your clients build a foundation. In addition to the framework, we also have the community, and then we also have multiple coaches. So yesterday there was an office hour Q&A with one of our coaches, and today we are live streaming inside of the community our very first episode of the Design to Profit show. And I'm so excited. I'm going to live stream it here as well, just so you guys can just kind of see what we're doing. But ultimately, when you're a student of Prep School, we're going to live stream into our community, and they get to ask questions. So have you ever been in watching a training, or even just like pre-recorded, or a podcast or interview or whatever, and you wish you could ask a question? Well, that's what our Prep School students get to do. They get to ask questions. So today we're having an interview with our 2 DTP coaches inside of Prep School, and they are both graduates of my signature program, Design to Profit. And between the 2 of them, they have both already hit 6 figures. One of them already is at multiple 6 figures. And so they both started in Prep School. It was called something else. It was called BBA before, but that's where they started, and that's what Prep School is. So we're going to be talking today about their journey from building their business, which is Prep School, what they learned in that content, that 3-part framework. And then we're also going to talk about, what it took, what it looked like, their approach to the program. How did they get the results so that they could get into the scale phase that they're at. And each of them, it only took them 3 months to go from level 1 to level 2. And they, within that amount of time, I know Crystal went from 2K months. She had her first 16K month in a $67 program. So I'm going to share some behind the scenes. If anyone is interested in prep school, definitely send me a message. I can give you more information on that. But it is our entry level membership for designers who know they need to build a foundation. They need to build a foundation. Either they are getting clients and they're not the right clients, they're attracting the wrong clients, they're not able to charge a certain amount because of the clients that they're attracting, or they haven't even started yet. So it really it caters to no matter what level you're at. But essentially, if you do not have a system for getting consistent clients in your business, aka making money every month, then prep school is the perfect level, and it's only $67 a month. And you also get to be in our studio audience for the Design to Profit show. We're going to call it the DTP show for short. But I'm going to live stream it here on Instagram as well. I'll probably just have like my camera set up on the screen. And then that way you guys could just experience and hear their story as well, because the beautiful thing about prep school is I'm not the face of prep school. My Design to Profit students are the face of prep school. And ultimately, it's helping them get to even another level in their own business, because at the Design to Profit level, you're able to become a coach. You're able to become a peer coach. So there's different levels. And I'm just so excited about all the opportunities that I am helping to create for designers so that they don't have to struggle, because I know what that's like and it's not fun. So I am going to end it here, but I'll be back live in about 30 minutes because we start streaming at 3 o'clock. So I would love to see y'all join. If you're just interested in hearing, what that journey looks like from starting from scratch and like getting that momentum to actually being at a point where you have consistency and security in your business and you're able to take it to the next level, and your income is not dependent on you working. That means you're no longer trading dollars for hours. So we're going to talk about that journey from building to scaling. So I'm really excited to share just their experiences and everything they've been able to accomplish. And it all literally started with my $67 program. And that's why it's $67, because it's affordable. It is affordable. I spend $67 on DoorDash every single time I DoorDash, because I have a family of 5 and 3 huge boys. So, it's all about choices. It's all about, what are you committed to? What are you committed to? So I'm really excited to share their journey, just get a glimpse of what prep school will help you do, and then what, Design to Profit can also help you to create. So if you've kind of been wondering, like, what is this prep school thing, and what is DTP, and like, what does Amber help her students do? This conversation is going to give you all the juice, all the tea. Okay? So I hope I'll see you over there. I'm going to go ahead and close out and prep for this first episode of the Design to Profit show. Y'all, this has been living inside of me for so long, and I'm so excited to finally get it out. So just so let me just share something else. I don't know if I've shared this before, but where is it at? I have all these sticky notes on my wall. Right here. Here's the Design to Profit show, a sticky note. And I was supposed to launch this months and months and months ago, but I kept putting it off because I wanted things to be perfect. So it's going to be a YouTube channel. So I'm starting a YouTube channel. It is going to be called, it's the Design to Profit show. I'm not sure if my channel will be my name, but anyways, a YouTube show is coming. I'm really excited to just share all the experiences that these designers have gone through. And my dog is mad. Let me let him out. Okay, I'm gonna stop here. I will see y'all on tomorrow's call, same time, same place. And if you want to hop in and see what the DTP show is all about, I'll see you right back here in about 25 minutes. All right, bye guys. All right, see you later, Facebook.